everybody, and welcome to Hallmarkies podcast. Today we are doing something new and exciting. It's called Amber Made Rachel Watch Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so obviously Rachel is here, and let's just jump right into it. So Rachel, what did you know about Dawson's Creek before watching it today?
So I knew that it was a teenage drama. It had started right when I started college, and some of my roommates had been interested in it over the years. And so I had watched a few episodes here and there. I knew the characters' names. And, I had a rough idea of kind of what it was about. So, that's kind of where I was at on it.
Okay, and before you started watching, you recorded a unexposed little bit. So let's see what you said before you started watching.
Feelings going into it is, I'm hoping for something that's sweet and, a teen soapy kind of fun type of show. And my biggest concern going into it is I'm not a Katie Holmes fan. She can be pretty grating for me. And so I don't know how much I'm going to love her character. But I'll go in with an open mind, so we will see.
So you don't love Katie Holmes, apparently, but we're not going to talk about that yet. On a scale of 1 to 10, how entertained were you?
Honestly, I feel like you have to sort of judge things about what is it they're trying to do and did they accomplish it. And so they're obviously not trying to appeal to a 37-year-old Mormon and, girl like me in making the show. So I think for the target demographic, I think it's actually pretty entertaining. I would say, I don't know, I'd give it like a 7.5 and 8.
As not their target demographic, how entertained were you, Rachel?
I would probably give it like a 6.5.
Oh, that's not even that bad.
No, I didn't mind it.
All right. Who was your favorite character through the first 2 episodes?
I think that Dawson was my favorite character. I mean, just his love of movies alone, wins in big points in my book.
Okay. Who was your least favorite character through the first 2 episodes?
Well, are we just talking major characters or
any character, whatever you want. This is your opinions, Rachel.
The teacher was definitely my least favorite. She was terrible and just ridiculous. And I think that whole plot line would definitely not be the same now as it was then. In the world of Me Too, I just don't think you'd have this scintillating plot line between a 15-year-old boy and his teacher like that. I mean,
okay. It's the worst plot line in the history of Dawson's Creek. I'm going to say that right now.
I called it.
But also, it is something that happens in all teenage dramas for some reason.
Is it?
It's a Pretty Little Liars thing. It happens in Riverdale.
Is it ever the is it always the female teacher, male student?
No, in Pretty Little Liars, he's a dude and she's a girl.
Huh. Over there, I stand corrected.
And it's always my least favorite thing.
Yeah. Because it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Not okay. So that was my least favorite character. And I mean, actually, to be fair, I didn't mind Katie Holmes. For some reason, I feel like in her adult career, she can't not be sort of preaching at the audience whenever she acts in any role, to me. I don't know. I just find her super irritating. And it's just be a character. But she had some moments, Joey, but she wasn't too bad. She was fine, and she's sort of supposed to play she's like the Ted Mosby type, basically, the character who is looking on at can't quite get love and is looking on at her friend, and that's always a very likable kind of character, I think.
Okay. So what surprised you about this?
I was surprised and actually liked this. I think I always respect, and we talked about this when we watched which was the good one, not First Daughter.
Chasing Liberty?
Chasing Liberty, sorry. Yeah, Chasing Liberty. When we watched Chasing Liberty, I talked about how I felt like it addressed like teen sensuality and like teenage maturation in like a mature way, and like treated teens like they were adults. It didn't talk down to teens. Mm-hmm. And I actually think that they did a pretty good job in this series of addressing issues. Again, I saw 3 episodes. Addressing issues
you cheated and watched 3?
I watched 3 because you gave me another half hour, and I'm like, well, might as well. And so I watched 3, and I think that I like it when they can do that without, I don't know, just that's just something that teens deal with, and to be able to address it in a mature way that's interesting, I think was good. And I think the writing was pretty good, pretty solid. And I think that the casting was pretty good. I mean, you definitely have your classic, these people are all in their 20s. They do not look 15 at all. I mean, especially the worst one was Cliff. Scott Foley.
Yeah.
I think I looked up, he was like 26, you know.
I think though the actual cast was pretty close.
I looked it up. So James Van Der Beek was 21.
Okay.
Katie Holmes was 20. Michelle Williams is 18. And like, yeah, there's definitely ones that are way worse. 90210 was like a million times worse. I think that Brandon Priestley was like literally 30 when he started that show. So it's a minor thing. I think if they had made them 15, if they'd been like 17, that would have been a little more believable. But it wasn't a huge deal. But overall, I think the casting was all strong. I think they're actually a pretty talented young group.
And then what was your favorite moment?
I mean, all the stuff with the movie stuff is the stuff I loved and I could relate to. I have to say, when he said that there had never been a sex scene in a Steven Spielberg movie, I was like, what? Really? And then made me think through it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is true. That had never occurred to me before 1998. Actually, all the stuff with him like filming the movie and stuff was like really fun for me, and like him trying to get into the film class, and I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. Like I really like that about his character. He's super into movies. I can relate to that.
Okay. And then what was your least favorite moment? Now that you're in episode 3, I know what your least favorite moment is. So but aside from that.
Aside from the teacher stuff, because that was awful. It's my least favorite moment. There's a whole conversation between Michelle Williams' character and her grandma that I thought was kind of disrespectful and not very like I don't know. It felt a little too cute for me. It felt a little too cheeky. I mean, I know that teenagers are cheeky, but you know, her grandma's allowing her to stay here, and I didn't love that scene.
Okay.
The thing that did annoy me, and this was pretty common in shows from this era, like Party of Five, and you know, shows from this era, I thought the music was kind of annoying. It was loud. It was very on the nose.
How dare you?
I really didn't like.
Chumbawamba's tub thumping is literally in the pilot.
No, it's not.
And it's the best.
It's not that I dislike the songs. It was the way the music was used in the series I thought was annoying. It was very like, I forgot there'd be like a girl walking up and it'd be like a Go Girl kind of song, something about a girl walking. And it was just so on the nose. And it was very loud. And I don't know. I just didn't like the music. I mean,
I like Hey Pretty Girl when Jen drives up?
I did not like that. And
just for the record, I haven't seen Dawson's Creek in like a year, 2 years. So I'm just impressive.
Yeah, you just are. I don't know. That annoyed me, is I thought the music was kind of obnoxious.
And then what do you think is going to happen in the rest of the show?
So in the rest of the show, from the first 3 episodes, Oh, that's interesting. What do I think's gonna happen? Well, I think that eventually Joey and Dawson are gonna like fall in love, but it probably won't be till the very end till they'll like be together.
Okay.
And
I will never tell you a spoiler, so this is just always going to be pure speculation. And this is the biggest question. Are you going to keep watching?
I have so much to watch right now. They're probably not. But I'm not opposed to it if I finally got through everything that I have on my list.
Okay. Great. Okay, audience. That was it. That was I made Rachel watch Dawson's Creek. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to put a poll on my Twitter for what we're going to have Rachel watch next. And it can be, I'm going to make her watch 2 more episodes of Dawson's Creek, or it can be, we're going to make her watch a whole new show, the first 2 episodes. It's up to you based on what's on the poll. So you have all the power. Rachel is putty in our hands. So make sure that you follow me. I'm at Amber Brainwaves on Twitter, and search for the poll. It'll be probably the thing that's pinned at the top because I don't tweet that much stuff that's interesting. Just kidding. I'm super interesting. I'm just kidding. But it will be pinned at the top so you can find it. And then, Rachel, how can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Rachel's Reviews on iTunes and YouTube, so check that out.
All right, and make sure you are following us on Instagram and Twitter. We're at Hallmarkies Pod. And make sure that you subscribe to us in YouTube. This series will be exclusively on YouTube, but we also have an interesting podcast about Hallmark movies and life and all the things. So make sure that you can follow us, our podcast on, SoundCloud, iTunes, anywhere where podcasts are sold. And all right, that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, and let us know in the comment section what you think of Dawson's Creek.
Yes, and if you guys really want to know what Rachel's going to think about the rest of Dawson's Creek, let me know in the comments, and I can add it to the poll again.
Okay.